Matthew Dolan here at the Sawmill. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about how I run this rifle and what works for me that also might help you. A lot of times I tend to get out on the range with individuals who are coming to get some training to try to perform better with their rifle. They may have owned their rifle for a long period of time. They may have just purchased their rifle. But what I tend to see is they pick up the rifle, they might grab in front of the mag well, they might grab up here on the rail. But the biggest thing that I notice is they kind of go right to that shoulder pocket, which I completely understand because even as a child, picking up airsoft or toy guns or whatever I had, actually we didn't even have airsoft when I was a kid, but still had a great childhood with the Daisy Red Ryder. With that being said, I shouldered it just the same way. The problem is when you try to get in line and have a good body position without blading your body, what you'll find is when you shoulder this into your shoulder pocket, you'll have to cant your head over to get in line with optic. A couple things that messes you up on is quick acquisition of the sights and a reliable and repeatable thing. What I do is, you'll find even in the pistol, which you'll see in a different video, is that the only thing that really changes as far as my position, my stance goes, is nothing. It's the same. The grip is the only thing that really changes with this rifle. I'm just basically taking this rifle, right? And all I'm doing is putting it into the center clavicle line. If you notice it rubs the cheek, and then the only thing then is that the hand's spread out and open. And you could C-clamp it, you could thumb in line with the rifle if you so choose. I prefer that my thumb over. It just gives me more controllability of the rifle to fight muzzle flip and the reciprocation of the rifle. With that being said, everything else, you'll just lock in like that. And you're in line with optic. You'll find that you'll pick it up faster, whether you're going from a high ready or a low ready. If you find that same clavicle center line, you're on every single time. About body position. So body position for me might be a little different than you. We're all built and structurally different. What I prefer to do is have my toes in line with whatever the threat or target is, if possible, if you can do that. On the flat range, you got a little more time to set up for that. But my feet get in line with target. I apply a little bit of a deeper stance. The weight goes on the balls of my feet, not the heels of my feet, so that I'm on balance. I can also still, in a deeper stance, I can still launch off this position, change direction. Some guys don't like it. You try what's good for you though. If you feel like you can get a little deeper, I find that I settle in on my bone structure a little bit better, but I'm still kind of on my toes and the balls of my feet rather than the heels. Again, I can still move from position. With that being said, my hips are open to the target or the threat. My upper body is straight and erect. My head doesn't have to cant down or anything like that. This transfers from both pistol and rifle. It's the same setup for me. I don't change anything as far as my lower body structure is concerned. When you go from a high ready position, you can punch that gun out. You find what you want to look at. You're looking over the end of the muzzle and or the suppressor or whatever you're running, and silencer for some of you that like that title, that's fine. And you just punch out, pull in, and you're on target. Center line of that clavicle like we talked about earlier. One more consideration is the buttstock, for sure. So for me, I run it collapsed. I could fight with it collapsed. I feel more comfortable collapsed. What I've noticed is your length of pull is a little different for CQB fighting, as that would be my length of pull for like a more of a precision rifle. If I was gonna roll behind this gun and get prone, take some longer shots, that would be my length of pull based on the buttstock falling into the elbow notch and then the finger falling naturally near the trigger. This would be my length of pull. But I have to compress it all the way in. I also have an extension here with that law folder. It causes some more length in this buffer tube system. So for me, it's got to be all the way in for me to get full purchase on the rifle, feel good, and lock in tight. Hey everyone, check us out online at sawmillttc.com for upcoming events, classes, courses. We have tons of individuals that come here from other tactical training communities and businesses. You're also going to see a lot of events up on the page. We're also on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You name it, we're on it, not to mention YouTube, which you should be watching this on, amongst other multimedia platforms. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a shout out. If there's anything you want to see, let us know, and we'll do it and we'll go over it. If you have any other questions for anything that we went over today, you can check that out as well.